great American. With all the school bullying taking place and all the practical self-defense work that many kids have to go through, Cincinnati Karate in Blue Ash teaches teens and young adults the Israeli martial art called Krav Maga. Am I saying that correctly?
Krav Maga. Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
Yep.
And in town now are a couple gentlemen, Karim Noujaim and also Israel Amran, who are experts in Krav Maga. And gentlemen, welcome to the Bill Cunningham Show.
Thank you for having us on.
Israel, let's begin with you. You're like a real live Israeli. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
And
I'm Israeli, very hard.
Are you in the army in Israel?
Yeah, I was.
And what role did you play in the army? Were you like an infantryman, an artillery, or a pilot? What did you do?
No, I was a bodyguard of a military commander in Gaza and Lebanon.
How peaceful are things in the Middle East? Because living in America, we have a sense that all hell's breaking loose all the time. But when I speak to people like Stan Chesley and people that travel to Israel all the time, they say it's one of the safest places in the world to be inside Israel. Is that true?
Inside Israel, we have our peace. Okay, if you live near the border, so we have some problems sometimes, but we fight back.
How tough are you? Could you beat up Rich Franklin? Because Rich Franklin is like MMA. The guy's tough. If you guys were in a street fight, who would win? Then if you guys are in the MMA circle, if you guys were in a street fight, who would win?
Got me mess. Got me trouble. Nobody can know. Nobody can know.
But you really...
He can surprise me. I can surprise him. My championship is to be alive and to go home to my wife. And this is the Krav Maga. The Krav Maga is not a fighting competition. We are not in the ring. Our champion belt, is to go home safely, self-defense.
In other words, well, like school bowling. Right now, bowling is big. People, there was a girl in Sycamore High School that was bullied to such an extent that she killed herself, and it's happening around America. There's some vicious bullies. Are you able to teach kids how to defend themselves against bullies, even if the bullies are bigger?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that. Bully there is all over the world, and I can teach everybody. This is the Krav Maga, the specialty in the Krav Maga. I can teach everybody to defend himself against everybody. I don't care how you look like. I don't care if he's bodybuilder. I don't care. If you know where to hit, you can hit it. You can hit the weak points, but I need to build your self-confidence to do it. That's it.
Well, Karim Noujaim, what are some of the weak points? I'm thinking about eyeballs. I'm thinking about noses. I'm thinking about testicles, things like that.
You're actually dead on, and that's what it comes down to. It's the idea that, sure, they may be bigger than you, and there's going to be points that won't help you as much, let's say their chest or their legs, but you take out a knee, you take out the nose, the throat, the eyes, the ears. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you hit these points, they're going to be stunned. And really, if anything, that's better than nothing because that allows you to get away. You don't want to stay around and be fancy when it comes to Krav Maga. You hit, you get them down, you get away. You want to get as far away as possible. Because the longer you stay in the fight, the worse your odds are.
So the Krav Maga teaches you where to hit, and how to get away.
Right. And also at the same token, like in your comments earlier about bullying, what's really important is that, after the Phoebe Prince incident and you have, legislation talking about anti-bullying task force, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, no, what we should be doing is teaching kids to stand up for themselves. You don't want to have them rely
on anti-bullying task force.
Yeah, I heard about that on the news.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, that's not going to work. I mean, I'm not saying that these kids will go out and use these on their friends. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is you learn the tools, and once you have the tools, you're able to confidently assess your situation. If they're just throwing names at you, you can say, you know what? I can walk away from this. I don't need to deal with this. If you touch me, it's on. But until then, I can walk away.
Well, a rich, strong guy like me, muscled like I am, would have no problem, quick as a cat and mean as a lion. Someone like Russ Jackson. He's small, he's slight, been picked on his whole life. What do you say to Russ Jackson? What do you say to someone
Come to the cinema, to the
Cincinnati
seminar.
Right.
Seminar.
And we would love to invite you or Russ to come along, and anyone else who's interested, CincinnatiKarate.com, click on the seminars tab, and they can find all the information there.
So the first class, talk to me, Israel Amran, about the first class. How many classes do you need? Like 10 classes, 5 classes, 20 classes?
At the first class, about in the cinema, about 2 hours, I can teach you how to defend yourself very quickly, very natural. This is the system, very natural. I don't have time. Every martial arts in the world, I like everything. But you have to, everybody have to ask himself what really helped me in the real situation in the street. I don't have time to dance with him. If I have keys, if I have a cup with coffee, if I come to you and I fright you, you can use the coffee and kicks. Everybody know how to hit.
Right.
But not everybody know how to defend himself.
Because
very
no matter how strong you are, you can't build up your eyeballs. You can't build up your nose.
That's right.
You can't build up your testicles.
That's right.
You can't make them real big and strong.
This is the Krav Maga. We don't have any rules. In the street,
There's
we
no
don't
rules.
no rules.
No rules.
No
rules.
rules.
The rules
There is
are there are no rules.
The rules are there are no rules, yeah.
That's it. There is no judge that can say, wait a second,
Hold
you
on a
can't
minute.
hit it.
Hold on, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But in MMA, there's rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you can't do this. What are the rules in MMA? Because I'm going to watch the fight tomorrow night.
There's several different camps have several different rules, but the main instances are you cannot knee someone when they're on one knee. You cannot soccer kick someone on the ground. You cannot use 12 to 6 o'clock vertical elbows. There's a variety of rules that has evolved since MMA first began in 1993 that's made better safety for the fighters, and it's been very good. And that's the sort of idea. If Rich and Israel are in a legally sanctioned match, MMA match, I would have to say Rich has the edge, mainly for the fact that it's just a world of rules, and Israel's style works in a world without it.
You don't have any rules.
No. If somebody take me with a neck lock, headlock, I just need to seek for his balls. That's it.
Their testicles. Just squeeze them a little bit. And all of a sudden, what happens? Well, they kind of let go of the headlock, right?
Yep.